Ambil gelas terus. Ambil.
Om Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Om Badram Karne Vishnuyam Devaah Badram Pashe Makshabhirya Jatraah Sthirairangai Stuštuvagum Sastanubhi Vishema Devahi Danyadayuhu Swasti na Indra Vruddhashravah स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विशदे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ तपोभिः क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्षोऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते श्लोक नंबर 22 अज्ञानान्मनसोपादेः अज्ञानान्मनसोपादेः कर्तृत्वादीनि चात्मनि कल्प्यन्तेऽम्बुगते चन्द्रे चलनादि यथाम्बसः Atma being pure consciousness. There is no activity, no actions are possible in Atma. So from the standpoint of this gross body, the activities are there. From the standpoint of the subtle body, kartutva, bhoktrutva are there. Any action we are performing can give you result unless you take yourself as a karta. So you take yourself as the doer of the action. And therefore, because there is a karta, the action is there. And why person is karta because he is bhokta. In 13th chapter Gita, Shankaracharya gives the definition of sansara. What is sansara? We generally take that the house is there, business is there, family is there, friends are there, and it's called sansara. This is our definition of samsara. Shankaracharya says that is not samsara. Kartutva, bhoktrutva, nama, samsara. Understand? What is the meaning of word samsara? Samyak sarati iti samsara. That which is constantly changing. It's called samsara. That's why Swamini used to say samsara means becoming. Constantly you become something. Becoming is samsara. But that samsara, definition of samsara is what? Kartutva, bhoktrutva, nama, samsara. And so I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. I am performing these actions, I am enjoying the result of the action. But why do I perform action? Because I am bhokta, enjoyer. I want to enjoy this. To enjoy this, I perform the action. And therefore, this kartutva and bhoktrutva is samsara. And as long as you are taking yourself as a karta and bhokta, this samsara continues. And therefore, there is a question, nanu atmani kartuttvadishu nityam pratyekshena anubhuyamaneshu satsu. Whether person knows or not, understand this. I am karta. That kartutva, pratyekshena, directly we see this. Everybody has this kartutva. I perform this action. I am the performer of this action. I am the enjoyer of the result of the action. So now the question is, okay, karma is not there, but kartutva is there. Bhoktrutva is there. Not only that, when you are seeing through the eyes, you are drashta. When you are hearing my lectures, you are shrota, listener. So, these different types of the expressions of the self is there. I am the seer, I am the listener, I am the thinker, I am the knower, drashta, shrota, manta, vignata. Everybody sees that. Anubhuyam, not only it is directly available, everybody is experiencing this. When the eyes are seeing, I am drashta. So, all these activities are there. Darshana kriya, the action of seeing is there because drashta is there. Action of listening is there. Shravana kriya is there because the listener, shrota, is there. Eyes are not seeing, understand? Ears are not listening. You, the self, is seeing through the eyes. You, the self, listening to through the ears. Therefore, bhoga sadhanam, this indriya, senses are the sadhana, instrument. Eyes are the instrument to see. For whom? The drashta. Ears are the instrument to listen to. For whom? The shrota, the listener. So behind the mind is thinking because you are the thinker. Mind is the instrument to think. But there is somebody who is using this instrument. So, buddhi is there. Buddhi is there. That's why you take the decision. So you are the one who is taking the decision. You are the one who is thinking. You are the one who is listening. You are the one who is seeing. And therefore, this is protection. Everybody is experiencing this. Directly, we are experiencing this. Karta, bhokta, shrota, manta, vignata, drashta, shrota. Look at this. And therefore, how can you say it is not there? Tad abhavatvam atmana kathamuchyate. How can you say there is no kartutva in Atma? So, iti ashankhya simhavaloka loka nyayena uktameva prakarantarena dridayati. So, Tikakar says, the commentator says, that whatever is being said, all this in previous verses, briefly he is telling this. Called Simhavalokana. Simha means lion. Avalokana means observing. The lion, whenever he walks in the forest, he walks few steps. He turns, he sees everything, he observes entirely, and then again he walks. It's called Simhavalokan. Similarly, all these 21 verses, whatever we have seen, briefly now again Shankaracharya is giving us that what is being said. Uktameva, whatever is being said, now again he is briefing us. So, all this starts with what? Kartutva. And therefore, Agnanat manasa upadehe kartutvadichar atmani kalpyante. Because of the ignorance, manasa upadehe kartutvadine, kartutva, bhuktrutva, drashtrutva, shrotrutva, mantrutva. Look at this. All these are being imagined in Atma. Atmani kalpyante. It is not the reality of the self. It is not the truth of the self. It is the imagined of the self. So why do you say that it's the imaginations? Why you say it is adhyasanta, it is superimposed? Because there is a simple law is there. Anything, if you see it without what you think, that means it's not the reality of the object. So, whenever we say kartutva, bhuktrutva, shushukti dashayam kartutvadi adarsanat. In Jagrat Avastha, in waking state, in dream state, there is a kartutva, bhuktrutva. There is a shrota, manta, vignata. But when the person is sleeping, there is no kartutva. There is no bhoktrutva. There is no drashta, there is no shrota. But you are there, the consciousness. The Sakshi Chaitanya is there in the sleep state. But this, all the qualities what we have superimposed on the Atma is not there. And therefore, it cannot be the quality, it cannot be the swarupa of the Atma, nature of the Atma. The Agni, the fire, is hot. So, hotness is the swarupa, nature of the fire. There cannot be cold fire. Water is cool by nature. There cannot be hot water, understand? Even if you heat the water, what happens? As soon as you put the fire off, slowly water gives up all the heat which is being there in it. Because coolness, Shitalta, it is called. Shitalta, coolness, is the Swarupa of the water. So there cannot be water without Shitalta. There cannot be fire without heat. So therefore, in the sleep, there is no kartutva, bhuktrutva, no karta, no bhokta, no shrota, no drashta, no manta, no vigna. And therefore, we can conclude that these all qualities, what we are seeing in Atma directly, are not the quality, not the nature of the self. Then why we are seeing Agnanat? Because of the Agnanam, because of the ignorance of the self, the true nature of the self is not known to you, what happens? All this manasa upadhi, all these upadhi are being imagined in the Atma. Manasopadhehe, look at this. So, whatever is the quality of the mind, sankalpa, what is the definition of the mind? Sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha. The mind which stays positive and negative. Sankalpa, it decides something. Vikalpa, it thinks opposite of that. I want to go to Chennai. Sankalpa. No, not now. Vikalpa. I think I should go. This is the best time to go Chennai. So, mind is the thinking faculty. It thinks both sides, positive and negative. After having enough thinking of positive, negative, the buddhi, intellect can decide. Nishchayatmika antakaran vritti. Without enough thinking, if we take the decision can go wrong. But if you have given enough thought for anything, the decision will be the correct decision. And therefore, mind also is required. Both sankalpa, vikalpa, both are required. Because in this world, we need to see all aspects of the things. See, in the school, I'm sure there also you have this one. There is always a debate in the schools. Whether children should see the TV or not. Then some children will take one side, they should watch TV. Some children will take the side, they should not watch the TV. And then they will have a debate on that. So this debate makes them think both ways, positive and negative, understand? All this schooling is to develop the thinking power. It helps us to develop the thinking power of the mind. Because we have to see all aspects of any situation or any person or any business. If we don't have enough thinking, then our decision can go wrong. And therefore, mind also is required, which is sankalpa vikalpa. Buddhi also is required, which takes the decision. So, in our transactions, we see all these things. Sankalpa, vikalpa, then decision taking, nishchaya. Okay. But when we see this one, it is only in the waking and dreaming state. In the sleep state, we don't see this. And therefore, Atma, we are now having two ways of seeing Atma, where one Atma is with Karta, Bhukta, Shrota, Drashta, Manta, Vignata. Another way, seeing Atma is without Kartutva. There is no Kartutva, there is no Bhoktrutva. Understand? And therefore, it proves that Atma is not Atmani Kartutvadi Dharma Shunyat And Atma is without kartutvadi. Then it is what? Kutasthas, asanga, chidrupe. We already saw. You are that consciousness which is kutastha, non-changing. Asanga, non-attached to anything. Akhanda ekarasa, you are all pervasive consciousness. And therefore, this kartutvadi also is there because of the upadhi of the mind, buddhi. We see this one. And therefore, there is no kartutva in Atma. See, that's what in Gita Bhagavan says. Ubhautav na vijanitaha nayam hanti na hanyate. If somebody says, I am performing action, if somebody says, somebody is performing action on me, both of them, they don't know what is Atma. Why? Nahanti means he is not performing any action. There is no kartutva. Nahanyate, there is no bhoktrutva in the Atma. Atma is free from kartutva, bhoktrutva. Karta is depending on the Atma. Atma is not depending on the karta. One thing. Second, if Atma is karta, then it cannot become bhokta. If Atma is bhokta, it cannot become shrota. So this constantly changing we are seeing. Drashta, shrota, manta, vignata, karta, bhokta, sukhi, dukhi. Look at this. All opposite we are seeing. Sometimes Atma, I am happy. Sometimes I am not happy. And therefore, they are not the quality of the Atma. It is the quality of the mind. And therefore, all this quality of the mind is superimposed, imagined on Atma. How? So Shankaracharya gives the example. Ambugate chandre. Ambu means water. There are so many words are there in Sanskrit for water. Apaha, neeraha, vari, jalam, ambu. Ambugate chandre. When you see the reflections of the moon in the water, Ambugate chandre means the reflections of the moon when you see in the water, chalanadi yathambasaha. When there is a slight wave, the wind is there, what will happen? See, to see this, you have to go to the full moon day near the lake. Then you can see this. You will see the reflection of the moon in the water. Now, because of the slow wind, there will be small wavelets on the water. So you can see the wavelets. When the wavelets are there, chalanadi means the wavelets are there. What will happen? The reflection also looks like it's moving. Not only that, it looks like it's broken. So, ambasaha chalanadi, there is a movement in the water. That movement of the water, ambasa, of the water, is superimposed on the moon, and we say the moon is moving. The moon is broken. But in reality, moon is not moving. Understand? The reflection of the moon is broken. The reflection of the moon is moving. In reality, there is no movement in the moon. There is nothing which can break them. And therefore, as we superimpose the movement, the wavelets of the water on the moon, similarly, all this kartutvadi, the qualities of the upadhi of the mind, on the Atma because of the ignorance. Understand? See, in Vedanta, I always tell, when the person starts Vedanta, it's not the knowledge is the first thing. The first realization is what is the cause of our pain and sorrow. That first we have to see. That means the first knowledge is not knowledge of the self, knowledge of the ignorance. Why? All our problems are because of the ignorance. So first we have to see that all our problems are not because of somebody else. It is because of the ignorance. Ajnana, understand? All this is starting with the ignorance of the self. Therefore, first we will have the knowledge of the ignorance of the self, and then we will have the knowledge of the self to destroy the ignorance. No other problem. All our problems are based on this ajnana, understand, because of the ignorance. Once you know the self, no problem. Therefore, the basic sentence, the basic teaching of Gita is what? Panditaha na anushochan. Panda atma vishaya gnanam yasya saha panda. And the one who has the self-knowledge is called Pandita. Nowadays, all this karma kanda, person who performs the karma kanda, we call him Pandita. Understand? He is the Pandita of this karma kanda. But the real Pandita is the one who has a self-knowledge. And who is Pandita? Pandita na anushochanti. There is no sorrow. There is no regressions. There is no guilt and hurt in the wise person. Kimaham papam akharvam. You never get this kind of the guilt. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why didn't I do this? Why I did? Understand? Kimahakar kimaham akharvam. There is no guilt and hurt. Where there is a kartutva, bhuktrutva, there is a guilt and hurt. Because of the kartutva, there is a guilt. Regressions. Because of the bhuktrutva, there is a hurt. And we become so much vulnerable. And anything can hurt us. You know, all these people, foreigners, when they come to India, this is the problem. First problem for them is the water. Food. Why? Oh, because of this water, you know, I got diarrhea. Oh, because I had this food, I got diarrhea. Food and water is not the problem, understand this. Your immunity system is so low that anything can cause this kind of the problem. You see the people here, they are living happily with the water. Same water other people are drinking, same food they are eating, they don't have any problem. Because the immunity system is strong. Because the low immunity system, you get into this problem. Then you cannot blame that this water is the problem. Water is not the problem. That means if your physical body gets hurt when the immunity system is low. See, this COVID also same thing, understand? All the people, those who got the COVID, those who didn't have the enough immunity system, strong immunity system, they get all this. Similarly, mentally also we have to have that kind of the strength. If that strength is there with us, nothing can hurt you. But for us, we are so vulnerable. Our immunity system, mental immunity system is so low, even somebody seeing also hurts. You know how he was seeing me? That day, the way he looked at me, it really hurt me. Seeing also hurting. Saying also hurting. Oh, he didn't invite me in his son's marriage. I feel so bad. Look at this. Small things keeps on troubling you. Hurt. Why? Bhoktrutva. Wherever there is a bhoktrutva, the hurt will be there. Wherever there is a kartrutva, guilt will be there. Understand? Kartrutva is one which gives you guilt. Bhoktrutva which gives you hurt. Nayam hanti nahanyad. Bhagavan says, you are free from the guilt and hurt. Nobody can hurt you. Panditaha na anusochanti. Understand? There is no guilt and hurt. There is no sorrow. Tulyalindastutir maune tatha manapamanayoho. Somebody is praising, good. Somebody is criticizing, good. Somebody is respecting, fine. Somebody is insulting, fine. Look at them. Tulyanindastutir maune. So, because he doesn't take himself with this body, mind, sense complex. Whatever somebody is telling you, it may be from the standpoint of your physical body, from the standpoint of the color of the body, from the standpoint of the structure of the body, from the standpoint of your eyes, from the standpoint of your eyebrow, from the standpoint of your hair. Understand? It's standpoint, not you. You are the consciousness. But if you take this one as I, if you superimpose this on you, all this guilt and hurt will continue. But once you understand true nature of the self, no guilt and hurt. And let others think what they want to think. Other day, one lady was telling me, Swamini ji, I was a very happy girl. But after marriage, that my nature, the original nature is not there. I said that marriage is not the problem. Why do you buy others' opinion? Always we are ready to hear somebody's opinion. And if somebody is positive for us, oh, I'm great. If somebody is negative, it becomes low. Stop that. What other things about you is not important. What you think about yourself is important. Understand? There is no kartrutva, there is no bhoktrutva. But if you say, I'm karta, all guilt will be ready for you. If you take yourself as an enjoyer, bhokta, all hurts are ready to hurt. And therefore, but all this kartrutva, bhoktrutva is there because of what? Ajnana, because of the ignorance. In the consciousness, there is no kartrutva, there is no bhoktrutva. There is no shrota, there is no drashta, there is no manta, there is no vignata. You are totally free from all these things. You are the, understand, in Brihad Upanishad, very beautiful mantras are there. See, in Upanishads, whatever, it's not called verse, shloka. In Upanishads or in Veda, it's called mantra, not verses. So, there, very nicely it says, nahi drashtuhu drashtehe viparilopah syat. You are that drashti, you are that consciousness which is witnessing the drashta. You are the drashta of the drashta. Because of you, there is a drashtrutva. Understand? Because of you, there is a shrotrutva. Because of this, there is a mantrutva. Because of this, vignatrutva is there. You are the one who is providing the consciousness, the existence to all these things. You are the drashta, you are the shrota. No, drashta is Atma, but Atma is not drashta. Shrota is Atma, Atma is not shrota. Manta is Atma, Atma is not Manta. Vignata is Atma, Atma is not Vignata. Understand? So, but for that what? You have to understand this. The true nature of the self is non-dual, all-pervasive, non-changing, unattached consciousness you are. Once you understand this true nature of the self, all this is the game. It's a nattava, Shankaracharya. It is like a drama. As the actor plays the role of the beggar, actor plays the role of the king, actor plays the role of the leader, he can play any role. Same way, you can play all the roles. It's all role playing. You play the role of the karta, you play the role of wife, you play the role of husband, you play the role of wife. Understand? It's a role playing. And within the role, there is a hurt and guilt is there. But from the standpoint of Atma, there is no hurt and guilt. We all play a role. Suppose there is the actor is playing the role of the beggar, others are going to hurt him. Somebody can kick him, somebody can insult him, somebody can look very badly at him. Somebody can talk bad on his back. But actor knows it is about the beggar, not me. Understand? Beggar gets hurt, actor never gets hurt. Same way, all these role playings are there. But we take everything on us. And therefore, Shankaracharya gives this verse that all this kartrutva, bhoktrutva, guilt and hurt is because of this upadhi of the mind. From the standpoint of the self, none of them is there in the self. Once you free yourself from this kartrutva, bhoktrutva, Sharirasthopi kaunteya na karoti na nibadhyate. 13th chapter. Bhagavan says it. Even though living in this body, na karoti na nibadhyate. He doesn't perform any action, he doesn't get bound with the action. So, we need to have this understanding about the self. And until unless we see the reality of the self, we keep on getting this. See, therefore, the devotion is a great thing, bhakta. Devotion is there, study is there, but this hurt and guilt doesn't go. Because we take ourselves as a karta and bhokta, and therefore it keeps on coming to you. Though we are performing action, though we are such a great devotee of the Lord, other day somebody asked the question, why Swamini, these good people only are having a trouble? It's not so. It's not that good people only are get hurt. Why these people, those who follow the righteous path, get into trouble? A lot of people have a problem with this. So, following the Rajya Dharma, not transgressing Dharma. But Swamiji, those who are not following Dharma, look at them. They are happily living their life. They are enjoying their life. They are earning a lot of money. Fine. If you think that having a lot of money is the joy, that's a wrong conclusion. If you think they are happy, it's your conclusion. Understand? We think they are happy because they have a lot of money, because they cheat people, they tell lie, and they get a lot of money, and they are happy. They have this good car with them, good bungalow, all facilities are there. Externally, they look happy. Understand this? Because nobody can be happy with transgressing the dharma. Pujya Swamini used to tell this. Because dharma is part and partial of you. You know what is dharma and what is adharma. Nobody needs to teach that what is satyam, what is truth. Understand? It's known to everyone. So when the person is lying, when the person is cheating, he knows that I am lying. Maybe others are not knowing that. But he knows that I am the one who is the liar. Understand? That if he knows that I am lying, I am cheating, what kind of the self-image he will have? Do you understand? He cannot have a self-esteem. Atma-sanman, it is called in Sanskrit. Because he knows he is the liar. He is the cheater. He can have all these external facilities. But inside he knows. Understand? Therefore, you see all these people, they cannot be by themselves. They need all friends with them. Always they are busy with the party, busy with the enjoyments, busy with the activities. Because if he sits with himself, this guilt, this liar, this cheater comes up. And he cannot face himself. He cannot be happy with himself. And therefore, he needs people around him. But the person who is following dharma, he is happy with himself, not depending on anybody. Understand? Therefore, though it looks outside that people are happy, not. Let them have all facilities. It's fine. But if you don't follow dharma, I always tell, if you are a devotee of the Lord, the first thing for devotee is to follow the dharma. Why? Because Bhagwan is dharma. We already saw. Ramaha vigrahavan dharma. If dharma takes the form, it is Lord Rama. Now, I worship Lord Rama and then I am transgressing dharma. What kind of devotee it is? First thing about devotee is never transgress dharma. That's the devotion. Because dharma swarupa. Bhagwan in the form of the dharma is there. For us, dharma is not the commandment of the Lord. Understand this. Dharma is not the commandment of the Lord. Lord is dharma. Ramaha vigrahavan dharma. The Lord is dharma. And therefore, lot of devotion is there and lot of activities of the devotion is there. And other side, they are transgressing dharma. That's not the devotion. Real devotion is to follow dharma because Bhagwan is dharma. Dharma swarupa Ishvara. Once you follow that, then you will see that inside there is so much peace is there. My grandma, she never learned the reading, writing, nothing. Those days it was not possible. But she was running the huge family of the 15 people she was running. farms were there, mango farms were there, cattle, cows were there. And huge family, and every day some guest will be there in the family. She was running all these things. I have seen her. But never, she never, transgressed this dharma. You go by dharma. She never studied any shastra or listened to the shastra, but it was there in her. And she used to tell. In the vacation, we used to go to the village. And because of this heat, the children will sleep in the afternoon. Then, if my mother wants to wake us up, then she will stop. No, don't wake them up. Then this is her sentence. The person who has earned lot of punya only will get sleep. So suppose you are disturbing somebody's sleep, that means you are disturbing him enjoying his punya, and therefore don't wake him up. Look at this and understand. पुण्यशाली को ही नींद आती है. Hindi में, in Hindi also they say, the one who has a lot of punya only will get good sleep. Because there is a peace of mind is there. There is no guilt and hurt. In performing dharma, there is no guilt and hurt. You perform what you have to do. That's called relative peace. Understand? Until and unless you have this relative peace in your peace of mind, relative cheerful mind, you cannot understand the self. Without completely dedicated to the dharma, Brahma Vidya is not possible. Because when you are going against dharma, you are going against Ishwar. Swamiji used to give the example of the old neem tree. Suppose there is an old neem tree is there, the trunk of that neem tree, if you see, the bark is very rough, broken bark. It's very rough bark of that neem tree. So, if you think that by transgressing dharma, you are going to get a lot of things, no. So, Swamiji said that you take your banyan off with the open bag. You rub the trunk of the neem tree. You rub. That means tree is not doing anything. You are the one who is rubbing. Somebody said only 3 times you rub. 9 days you won't be able to sleep on your back. Why? Tree doesn't have anything. It's fine. You will get hurt. Understand? By transgressing dharma, nothing will happen to this world. You will get hurt. Understand? Therefore, this hurt and guilt, the first level of hurt and guilt is at the level of dharma. Once you cross this hurt and guilt of dharma and adharma, then this knowledge is possible. This dharma we have to understand. Then only we can be free from this guilt and hurt, kartutva and bhuktrutva. So, first we'll have a relative freedom from the guilt and hurt. Relative cheerful mind, happy mind. Relative peaceful mind. With that happy, cheerful, peaceful mind, we can understand Atma is Ananda Swarupaha. You are Satchit. You are Ananda Swarupa. You are Satchidananda Swarupa. To understand that Ananda, that happiness, the Sukham, which is your nature, Sukha Swarupa. Once you understand I am that happiness, then you don't need to be happy. Do you understand? your happiness. And once you understand I am happiness, you don't need anything else to make you happy. Once the sugar knows the sweetness is the nature of the sugar, it doesn't need any other sweetness. Atmanieva atmana tushta. You will be happy with yourself. Therefore, once you are happy with yourself, once you are having a peace with yourself, all external dependency will go. And you don't have to depend on anything else. As the actor who is performing the role of the beggar is unhappy, sorrowful, but inside actor is happy. Why? I am performing this role of beggar excellently. So he himself is, understand, congratulate himself. Why? Excellent way I perform this action of beggar. Do you understand? Same way you can congratulate yourself also by playing all different roles. Actor is happy. You know, after this war with China in India, we lost a lot of soldiers. We lost land. Whole country after independence in 1962, I think, the China war was there. And we lost a lot of things. The whole country was sorrowful. And that time, this Lata Mangeshkar was called by Nehru, that time Prime Minister. And in All India Radio, the Nehru gave the lecture for the nation, addressing nation. And then after his address to the nation, he asked Lata Mangeshkar to sing particular song. Ye mere watan ke logo. I'm sure you must have heard this. Beautiful song. Jara aankh mein bhar do pani. Jo shaheed hue hai unki. And so, whole country was crying, listening to these words of the song. But look at this. The singer inside Lata Mangeshkar must be very happy. Why? I sang it nicely. It touched everybody's heart. Do you understand? So you perform your role perfectly. Whether a role, whatever role it is. You will congratulate yourself. And therefore, kartritva, bhoktrutva is there, but it is the quality of the mind, not you. So you can play the role of karta, you can play the role of bhokta, you can play the role of drashta, shrota, manta, vignata. But inside you know, I am none of them. And therefore, it's not that, don't think that after knowledge, everything will be pink and purple. No. Whatever prarabdha is there, whatever your destiny is there, and whatever you have to go through, you will go through. But you don't have any kind of the conflict in the mind. You are not against anything. Understand? And therefore, whatever is happening, there is a wavelets, there is a movement in the water, not in the moon. Similarly, all these things is happening with the manaso upadehe, all this happening in the upadi. I am free from that. That's a real freedom, understand? Real freedom is inner freedom. And that was here Shankaracharya says that once you understand, you are free. Sukhi dukhi is mind, not you. You can witness your mind. Okay, today mind is unhappy. Fine. Today there is anger in the mind. Okay, you witness that. There is a sadness in the mind. Okay. So there are different qualities of the mind, different aspects of the mind is there, and you are witnessing it. So as a Sakshi Chaitanya, you can enjoy this Upadhi also. Swamiji, today, I didn't understand your lecture properly because I had a fever. You didn't have a fever. Fever is with the body, understand? You are the witnessing the fever of the body. Swamiji, today this happened in my life, and then mind is not really happy. It's fine. You are the witnessing this unhappy mind. See, that's why the Sakshi Chaitanya, witness consciousness is very important. Whether it is a kartutva, bhoktrutva, whether it is a sukham, dukkham, whether it is a dharma, you are the witness consciousness. And therefore, once you understand this witness consciousness, kutastha chaitanya rupaha, once ignorance is gone, you realized yourself akhanda ekarasa, non-dual, one non-dual, all-pervasive consciousness. Anything can happen to this body. Because according to the prarabdha destiny, anything can happen. Look at Lord Rama. 14 years he was in the forest. He was living the life of the austerity. Tapasaji. Mata Sita was living there in the forest. Without chappal, they were not wearing any shoes because they were living the life of the austerity. 14 years. Not a single day they were unhappy. They were happily living there. Kaikai thought that I will send them there and they will be unhappy. No. Sita Mata was not unhappy. Ram was not unhappy. Understand? It's a situation. Krishna was the prince of Mathura. He was living the life of the cowherd. Understand? He was not, oh, though I am the prince, I am living the life of cowherd. If you look at the life of Krishna, what kind of the positive life he had? First thing, he was born in jail. Do you want to write on your birthday certificate, I was born in jail? It's all upadhi. Manaso upadhi. Right after birth, he was taken to the Gokula, separated from the parents, understand? Next day, Putana came to feed him, to poison him. So that's how the human life is. But once you understand this, Manasa Upadhi, all this is with the Upadhi. I am free from Upadhi. Nothing is happening to me. I am untouched. Nobody can touch you, understand? Because you are that consciousness, nobody can touch you. They can touch your body, they can touch your mind, they can touch your buddhi, they can touch your ignorance. They may laugh at you. Oh, you don't know how to run the computer. You don't know how to use this one. It's okay. Ignorance also is fine. Because it's a quality of the buddhi, not you. Understand? And therefore, we need to see this clearly that nothing can touch you. Whatever somebody is telling or whatever is happening in the life is all with this upadhi, not with Atma. We'll see tomorrow. Om asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutangamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om to all.
Hari Om, Swamini.
Swamini.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Mama. Hari Om, Mama.
Hari Om.
Thank you.
Hari Om, Swamini.